everybody, and welcome to the Wagon channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review on the Maaco paint job. I'm going to put everything I got right here. I did that right there because I don't know exactly what I'm going to get right now because I have a lot of questions I have to ask. But I will show you the before pictures of the car and things to look at for what they're going to do. This is a before car. This is a Dodge Avenger 2009. I pretty much rescued it from a salvage yard, sort of. Long story. But so this was heavily damaged. The bumper, fender, back bumper were all heavily damaged, so they've been replaced with primed pieces. So what is going to happen is it's going to be repainted silver, the whole car. So there is, you can't see them that well because the rain kind of fixed it a little bit. It also kind of makes it hard to tell what the car looked like before, but there is a lot of scratches on the roof. This door right here was originally red. So you can see when you open the door here, it was red on the inside. These doors are going to get painted on the inside. The inside of the doors are going to get painted, so here's a before this door. Alright, so another huge thing that's got to get painted is this door here. As you can see, someone painted it with just regular spray paint, I guess. And so the silver doesn't match at all. Back here you can really see how it doesn't match at all. So they're gonna repaint the whole door to match that silver. Blah blah blah. Another thing to look out for on the Maaco paint jobs, from what I've been told, is that they'll paint things you didn't want painted, like the headlights, grill, windows. So we're gonna be looking at that. These are brand new headlights, $100 each, so I don't know what I'm going to do if they ruin them, because I don't want to spend another $200 to get new ones. This grill right here is going to get replaced, so if it gets painted, I guess that's okay. It's also been plasti dipped, so I can just peel the plasti dip off. I really don't want to do that because it's a real pain. We'll also take note of everything that's black that they might paint over. The mirror, the grill, other mirror, antenna. This is black, but it's plasti dipped because I wanted to see if I liked it or not. I think I do, but I plasti dipped just to see if I did. So I might go ahead and peel that off because I'm pretty sure they're just going to paint over it. Even if they don't, that means that if I do take it off, the paint won't match anymore, so that's probably going to get peeled off before I leave. Okay, so another thing to take note of is the badges. Now I know that they have to take them off to paint the car, but I don't know if they're going to give them back to me, or if they're going to put them back on, or if they're going to put them back on correctly. I'll more than likely ask them, but either way, I'll show you guys what happens to them afterwards. Yeah, here's what they look like before, so we'll see what they look like afterwards later on. Another thing I want to take note of is there's a lot of places paint doesn't reach without moving stuff. Kind of like, there's a small issue here with a big gap, but I'll fix that later. But I'm just making sure you guys already know I know that's there. But there's a lot of places like where the bumper meets the lights, or where the fender goes underneath the hood, that can't be painted unless you open stuff or move stuff. So I'm also going to take note of if that gets painted or not. Then there is some body work. There is this right here. Now I'm not going to complain if this doesn't get fixed because it is really bad. But I'll tell you guys what they say about that. The door is dented right there and the rocker panel is messed up. Also, the door no longer is lined up correctly. So, yeah. Then there is this really bad dent with peeled paint. And there's this really bad dent. I'm gonna ask them about that. I'll tell you guys if I actually ended up asking for these to get fixed, because you can tell them that you don't want them fixed and they'll just paint over it. But yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna be heading off to Maaco tomorrow, and I'll tell you guys how my experience goes. Alright everyone, the car has been painted, so here we go. Right off the bat I can tell you that I am very happy with it. It came out really nice, but compared to what it was before, I mean, anything would be much nicer than that. Anyway, so I guess we'll talk about a few things that they did wrong just to get those out of the way. First thing is there's this part right here was painted silver. She asked if that needs to be painted, and she asked about that one. I said that needs to stay black. I thought common sense would ensure that that should be black too, but I guess not. Both of them were painted silver, so that is kind of unfortunate. I don't know if I'll just paint them black again, or leave them, or buy new ones. I don't know, but I'll figure it out. There's also a few scratches there, which is kind of sucky, because this was a brand new bumper, so I don't understand how that's possible. There's also that, if it'll focus, right there, that scratch. I don't understand why that's a thing, because this was a brand new bumper. I don't know, not too worried about it. Another thing is back here, the emblems. Nice for them to be painted black, and they did do that. But if we get back here, you can tell much easier. But they didn't put them back on correctly. The Dodge is too far to the right, and all the letters are spaced out too far. But also, back behind the letters, you can see the sticky that they used. Because of how thick it was cut, they just stick out much more, and I'm pretty sure if you were to power wash them, they would power wash off. This one, the letters are just not good. And the RT is too far low. That ram doesn't seem to be straight anymore. Maybe it is, I don't know. But anyway, I didn't think these would come out well. Thought it was kind of a low chance. So that's why I bought an RT emblem to replace this one. I might just put that one back on. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yeah, they didn't really do that correctly. Which, oh well. I didn't want to buy new emblems because it's really hard to find them. So I'll just put back the RT emblem for sure. I'd really like to have the Avenger emblem on there too, but it's just so hard to find one. Moving on, the dents that I asked for them to fix were the ones that are right here, and they are completely gone, which is amazing. There is literally no indication that there was a dent there ever. There is nothing there nothing. Excellent job. They also were gonna fix this rocker panel down here, but they eventually told me that the part that they ordered was wrong, and the real part cost nearly $3,000 for some reason. They offered to buy the $3,000 part or just paint over it. I just told them to paint over it because $3,000 is too much. Also, with the new paint, the dents that I didn't ask for them to fix because they weren't too bad are pretty much amplified. They look much worse than they did before now that the new paint's on, but oh well, that's not really their fault. So yeah. One thing they didn't do too well was the wheels. Not this one specifically. This one over here, if I get my shadow out of there, you can kind of see some sparkly stuff on the tire and wheel. That's the same sparkly stuff as on the paint, and I'm pretty sure they oversprayed on the wheel. I did try to get some of it off, and it kind of just rubs off, so I think that's going to be okay. One thing they did do pretty well was they actually got underneath the bumper for the most part. Like where it meets up with the lights and stuff, they did get underneath there and paint it, so that's good. They painted the door, and it turned out well. They painted the keyhole. I don't know if that was painted before. I highly doubt it. This was red, and they didn't paint in there, which I didn't ask them to, but I didn't really think about it, so oh well. Overall, the paint job was pretty good. I am pretty pleased with the results. The car is going to look much nicer when I get a few other things done, like fixing the emblems and buying the new grille. So yeah. If you have any more questions about how my experience was, you can leave them in the comments. And as long as this video isn't like 10 years old, I'll more than likely answer them in a good amount of time. If you want to keep updated on this car, I do plan on posting update videos on how this car comes out, like new things I'm going to do to it, and just keep you guys updated if you do want to watch and see how it goes and evolves. Anyway, that's all I got, so goodbye.